Hi, I'm Evan Parks. I'm a clinical psychologist and a coach. How would you like to develop the mindset to handle life's pressures and find the strength that you need to face problems and experience real satisfaction? We need to know how to face pressure and manage our personal struggles. Welcome to the first video in the Flexible Mind series, where you can learn the skills and principles you need to handle difficult thoughts and feelings, build strong relationships, and create an authentic life. When life becomes difficult, a gap develops between the life that we want and the life that we actually have. To make matters worse, there's a jury in our head reminding us of all the things that we probably did wrong, what other people think of us, things that are probably our fault, bad things that are going to be happening in the future. If we can't figure out how to face the pressure that we're under and close the gap that exists between the life that we want and the life that we actually have, well, we lose our sense of control. And we do not like losing control. Our plan to regain control is often a short-lived and simple route to just feeling good, or maybe at least looking good. We want to keep the frustration that we feel from ruining our life. If our effort to feel good or to look good doesn't help us regain control, well, we can just simply give up trying at all to figure out how to move forward in life. To get us started on what it means to have a flexible mind, we're going to look at Tom's life and find out why he's struggling. In this first video, I'll describe how he is responding to the pressure that he's under, and in the videos to follow, we'll look at what Tom can do to change. Let's get started. What's wrong with Tom? Tom is 47 years old, he's married, has 2 kids, and works for a large manufacturing company in the engineering department. Nothing unusual here. He's a great guy to be around. He plays basketball in the men's league and coaches his kids' sports team in the summer. But all is not well in Tom's world. His blood pressure is high. At his recent physical with his doctor, he was told that he's pre-diabetic. Now he's not sleeping very well, and he hardly has enough energy to get through the day at work. It all started about 2 years ago. That's when Tom started to feel dizzy, sick to his stomach, and had difficulty breathing. He went to the doctor thinking that he was having a heart attack. The doctor suggested that he was under stress and had symptoms of anxiety. Anxiety? That did not make any sense at all to Tom. Why would he be anxious? Then he started having strange symptoms in the middle of the night. He'd wake up suddenly unable to breathe, be covered in sweat, and his mind would be racing 100 miles an hour. Over the past 2 years, Tom struggled with anxiety and tried to manage it the best that he could. The doctor told him to exercise more and go on a diet. About once every other month, Tom would start his exercise and diet routine, but it would only last for a week or 2. Then he would get too busy, distracted, unmotivated, too tired, and just simply quit. When he was not in the middle of one of his short-lived exercise and diet kicks, he found himself drinking more alcohol than usual. Tom found that alcohol helped him feel relaxed a little bit, but also made him depressed. His occasional glass of wine became a daily habit, usually with dinner. Then he started to have another drink after dinner, and then one just before bed. He went from drinking once a week to drinking a bottle of wine every single night. When his wife complained, he simply switched to vodka and worked at hiding his drinking so nobody would see him take a drink. Somehow, hiding his drinking was easy for Tom. He was good at pretending that everything was okay, giving him the illusion that he was actually in control when he wasn't. If this were not enough, there was his marriage. Do you know what was wrong with his marriage? Nothing really, except for the fact that Tom was talking much less with his wife and thinking a whole lot more about a woman that he'd barely met at work. Like alcohol, thinking about this other woman was a powerful way for Tom to feel good. He hardly knew this woman, but he had a hard time not thinking about her and often made excuses to be near her desk. Even though Tom knew that what he was doing was dangerous, he could not figure out why he was risking everything for such a cheap thrill. Just to make things a bit worse, Tom's weekly tension headaches had turned into a major chronic pain issue. Over the past 2 years, his once-a-week tension headaches turned into daily headaches, which turned into full-blown migraines. Sometimes he would push through the pain and just keep working. At other times, the pain was so bad he started throwing up and had to take time off of work. So let me ask you a question. What do you think is wrong with Tom? If Tom came to you as a friend and told you all that was going on, what would you say to him? Should Tom get a new job, rest more, maybe get on blood pressure or migraine medication, admit that he's an alcoholic, get marriage counseling, start jogging, maybe pray more? When our life is out of balance, what is going on? Is it the pressure that we're under? Do we just have bad habits that need to change? Should we blame our childhood or our poor coping skills? Or do we just need to eat healthy and maybe meditate more? A basic problem we have is the inability to recognize what is wrong. We don't know how to put the emotional, social, physical, and spiritual puzzle together. If we don't know what's causing us to be off balance, frustrated, and unhappy, it is hard to fix the problem. We try to regain control over our lives and avoid our distress by doing things that temporarily help us to feel better. Meanwhile, the problems we have in our thinking, in our character, and our behavior, and our desires remain unaddressed. What Tom was doing to regain control over his life was simply not working. Like most people, the first thing he did was try to work hard at staying in control. He did it by distracting himself, watching TV, getting involved in projects, reading a lot. And the more that he tried to control his thoughts and emotions, the more anxiety he experienced, and the worse his headaches and migraines became. When that did not work, he tried to just simply feel good by turning to food, to alcohol, to flirting. And he watched enough TV to know that doctors nowadays have pills for pretty much any symptom that he might have, including his anxiety, his sleep problems, and his migraines. He thought that might be a solution. Unfortunately, there are two things Tom is overlooking. Number one, he does not know what is causing his frustration. And number two, he does not realize that his response to that frustration is actually making his problems worse. What we need is a clear path forward when we're stuck in life. This series of videos will help you understand what is out of place in your life and why a quick fix is not going to get to the heart of the problem. We are going to see why we need strength and flexibility to face reality so that we can deal with the problems that we have in our life. Over 1,000 studies on mental flexibility demonstrate that flexibility processes help us manage physical health problems, depression, anxiety, our relationships, stress, chronic pain, play sports better, and function effectively at work. Mental flexibility can even predict if you will develop trauma symptoms when bad things happen, or if you're going to be an effective parent. You cannot thrive in this world without a flexible mind, strong character, and purpose-focused behavior. Check out the next video in this series to learn more. If you want to move from stuck in life to starting over, and develop a flexible mind so that you can stay balanced and build strong relationships in a world of stress and pressure, then contact me at drevanparks.com and let's talk about how we can work together through coaching. Mention that you have watched the Flexible Mind video and receive 50% off the initial coaching consultation. And be sure to subscribe and like so that you'll be updated when new videos are released. I look forward to hearing from you.